The Great Amazonian Caper, a tale of adventure, wit, and friendship. In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where the dense foliage whispered ancient secrets and the mighty Amazon River coursed through the land like a giant serpent, there existed a small village named El Puente. This village was unlike any other. It was a place where everyone knew everyone, and the vibrant community thrived on its deep connection with nature and its colorful traditions. El Puente was renowned for its yearly festival, La Fiesta de los Monos, the Festival of the Monkeys, a grand celebration honoring the playful spirit of the rainforest's inhabitants. The festival featured lively dances, elaborate costumes, and the crowning event, the Great Monkey Race. This race saw villagers dressed in monkey costumes, swinging from tree to tree in a test of agility and speed. The winner would earn the coveted title of Rey Mono, Monkey King, for the year. This year, however, the villagers faced an unexpected dilemma. The mysterious disappearance of the village's sacred talisman, the Ojo del Jaguar, Eye of the Jaguar, threatened to cancel the festival. The talisman, a beautifully carved jade amulet said to bring good fortune and protect the village, had been guarded by generations. Without it, the villagers believed the festival would be cursed. Our story begins with a mischievous young man named Martin, who was known throughout the village for his cleverness and his penchant for getting into trouble. Martin lived with his grandmother, Abuela Rosalia, a wise woman who often shook her head at Martin's antics but secretly admired his quick wit and resourcefulness. One hot, humid afternoon, as Martin lounged in the shade of a massive ceiba tree, he overheard the village elders discussing the missing talisman. Their worry was palpable, and the atmosphere in the village had grown tense. Martin, sensing an opportunity for adventure and perhaps a bit of heroism, decided to take matters into his own hands. "Abuela, I'm going to find the Ojo del Jaguar," Martin declared as he burst into their small wooden house. Abuela Rosalia looked up from her weaving, her eyes twinkling with a mix of concern and amusement. "Martin, mijo, you always manage to find trouble. But if anyone can retrieve it, it's you. Just promise me you'll be careful." Martin nodded, a determined grin spreading across his face. With a hastily packed bag, he set off into the jungle, his heart racing with excitement and a hint of nervousness. As he ventured deeper into the rainforest, Martin encountered an array of fascinating creatures, chattering parrots, curious capybaras, and even a sloth lazily hanging from a branch. The jungle was alive with sounds, a symphony of chirps, croaks, and rustles. Martin marveled at the beauty around him, but he remained focused on his mission. After a few hours of trekking, Martin stumbled upon a clearing where he spotted an unusual sight. A group of monkeys was gathered around a tall, ancient tree. Among them was a small capuchin monkey holding the Ojo del Jaguar. Martin's heart leaped with excitement. But as he approached, the monkey scattered, and the capuchin darted up the tree, clutching the talisman. Martin sighed and looked up at the capuchin. "Hey, little friend, I need that talisman. It's very important to my village." The capuchin tilted its head, seemingly considering Martin's words. Then, with a playful glint in its eye, it chattered and swung higher into the tree. Martin realized he would need to earn the monkey's trust to get the talisman back. Drawing on his knowledge of the jungle, Martin set a plan in motion. He gathered some ripe bananas and other fruits, arranging them in a pile at the base of the tree. Then he stepped back and waited. Sure enough, curiosity got the better of the capuchin, and it slowly descended, eyeing the delicious offering. As the monkey began to eat, Martin spoke softly. "You know, if you give me that talisman, I can bring you more treats. We can be friends." The capuchin seemed to consider this, then, to Martin's astonishment, it scampered down and placed the talisman at his feet before grabbing another piece of fruit. Martin picked up the Ojo del Jaguar, marveling at the intricate carvings and the cool jade surface. "Thank you, little friend," Martin said, genuinely grateful. The capuchin chatted in response, and Martin couldn't help but laugh. With the talisman safely in hand, he began his journey back to El Puente. As Martin made his way through the jungle, he felt a growing sense of pride and accomplishment. However, his adventure was far from over. Unbeknownst to him, a pair of eyes had been watching his every move. Camila, the daughter of the village chief and Martin's childhood rival, had followed him into the jungle. Known for her own daring escapades and competitive spirit, she had her reasons for trailing Martin. Back in the village, preparations for the festival continued under a cloud of uncertainty. The villagers were relieved when they saw Martin returning, holding the talisman high above his head. Cheers erupted, and the elders rushed to thank him. But just as the celebrations began, Camila stepped forward, her arms crossed and a sly smile on her face. So, Martine, you think you're the hero of the day, do you? She teased. I bet you didn't even realize you were being followed. Martine blinked in surprise. Followed? By who? By me, of course, Camila replied. I wanted to see if you could actually pull it off. And now that you have, I think it's only fair we share the title of Village Hero. After all, you wouldn't have made it back so easily without my indirect help. Martine chuckled, realizing Camila had likely kept watch and ensured no harm came to him. All right, Camila, you win. We can share the title. But you know, this means you have to join me in the Great Monkey Race. Camila's eyes sparkled with excitement. You're on, Martine. May the best monkey win. The day of the festival arrived, and El Puente was a riot of colors and sounds. Stalls selling handmade crafts, delicious food, and traditional beverages lined the streets. Villagers dressed in vibrant costumes danced to the rhythm of drums and flutes. The atmosphere was electric, and at the heart of it all were Martine and Camila, both dressed as monkeys, ready for the race. As the participants gathered at the starting line, the village chief, Camila's father, raised his hand to signal the start. On your marks, get set, go. With a burst of energy, the racers leaped into action, swinging from branches and navigating the treacherous jungle course. Martine and Camila, fueled by their friendly rivalry, quickly took the lead. They swung with agility and speed, their movements almost synchronized as they darted through the trees. The course was challenging, with unexpected twists and obstacles. At one point, they had to cross a river by swinging from vines. Martine nearly lost his grip, but Camila grabbed his arm just in time, steadying him. They exchanged a quick smile before continuing. As they neared the final stretch, the finish line came into view. The villagers cheered loudly, urging their favorites on. Martine and Camila, neck and neck, pushed themselves to their limits. In a final burst of speed, they crossed the finish line together, collapsing in a heap of laughter and exhaustion. The village erupted in applause. The chief stepped forward, beaming with pride. In all my years, I've never seen a race like this. Martine and Camila, you have both proven yourselves true champions. Today, we crown you both Rey Mono and Reina Mono. Martine and Camila stood, catching their breath and grinning from ear to ear. The villagers lifted them onto their shoulders, parading them through the streets as the festivities continued long into the night. Later, as the celebration wound down and the stars twinkled above the jungle canopy, Martine and Camila sat by the river, reflecting on their adventure. You know, Martine, you're not so bad after all, Camila said, nudging him playfully. Thanks, Camila. I guess we make a pretty good team, Martine replied with a smile. As they watched the moonlight dance on the water, they knew that their friendship, forged in the heart of the Amazon, was as strong as the jungle itself. Answer, the story of Martine, Camila, and the great Amazonian caper became a legend in El Puente, reminding generations to come of the power of wit, bravery, and the bonds of friendship. In the years that followed, the Festival of the Monkeys grew even more famous, drawing visitors from all over South America. Martine and Camila, now respected elders themselves, often recounted their tale to wide-eyed children who dreamed of their own adventures. The village continued to thrive, its spirit unbroken and its traditions alive, all thanks to the day when two daring young villagers set out to save their home and found something even greater along the way.